to a Christmas pop-up. I am delighted to have with me the lovely Sharon and Keri. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to the professionals.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Sharon. How are you?
Hi, Keri. Hello, 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 everybody. How are we feeling? What an event it's been, Keri.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Getting that Christmas feel going.
Definitely, for sure. And also seeing everything that's available online. It's amazing because I've definitely been writing out a few bits to get. I want to keep the money local. I want to keep it so that we get it back. I'm not going off online to any of these far afield places, and we want to keep it local. So this has been an amazing forum for us to have a little look, a window shop.
So amazing. And all of it in one place that you can just come to a Christmas pop-up and see, you know, all the different artisans and businesses and things and the variety, so much variety, right?
Oh, so unbelievable. So while we're bigging up the businesses, we have to big up the main woman herself, Rach. What an amazing, thank you. What an amazing, fantastic job you have done. It's been delightful.
So amazing. And she has done this out of love for doing events and supporting everybody. And it's just been amazing, Rachel. So amazing.
Perfect. So shall we move on to ourselves? And our subject that we are on for today is about self-love and self-care. So the question comes into mind when people are saying self-love. What exactly is self-love and why do we need it? Is it selfish? What's this buzzword? So I have an opinion and Keri has an opinion. So I'll let Keri go first about the subject of what is self-love.
Yeah, that's such a great question. And just like we're talking about, we're seeing all these things and we're like, oh, what can we get for somebody else? What can we get for somebody else? It's like, hold on a second. Let's take care of ourselves first. And it is absolutely not selfish. It's about taking care of yourself, replenishing your own energy, your own cup, right? We have all been on flights before, I think, not lately, but they always say put on your oxygen mask first before you help anybody else. You have to help yourself first. Otherwise, you have nothing to give. I've been doing massage therapy for years and years and years. And when I first started, or actually I was in the business for a while, people are like, oh, massage therapists burn out after 5 years. I was like, what? No, I want to do this forever. I can't just keep giving and giving and giving and giving without replenishing. So if every day you start your day, right, just like you do, some people like to get up early, go for their walk, go for their, you know, and replenish yourself. And then you're able to face more. Do you find that difficult to do, Sharon, with having a big family?
No, I'm absolutely, my self-love cup is brimming over. And I mean, if it wasn't brimming over enough, it's now gone to a gallon size and it's brimming over. I think COVID for me really has taught me that I need to fill my self-love cup because I am not going to give to, as you say, I have a large family, I run a business, I help people. And I cannot do that unless I am full up myself. And as you say, you cannot give what you don't have. So if, for example, Keri, you ask me right now, Sharon, please give me an orange. I have no oranges. I actually cannot give you any oranges.
I have no.
So at Christmas, if I have no Christmas cheer, if I am worn out, burnt out and everything, I cannot give my family, my friends, whoever it is around me, what they need. So that is going to be selfish. But having myself taken care of, then I can give to others. So it's amazing that people don't fully understand it, but when you get it, you're like, that makes sense.
Yeah. So true, because all people want from you is you, the way you are, right?
100%. So I'm going to kick off with not coming off your self-love plan at Christmas. So self-love isn't something that I'm just going to do today, and that's just going to tide me over the holidays. It's like a vitamin tablet. You have to take it regularly every day for it to work and to be consistent with it. It's like a diet. I don't believe in diets. I believe in lifestyles. But if you are on a diet, you come off it, you're back to square one. So self-love is a bit like that. At Christmas, that is when one of the trigger points of when we need our self-love more than any other time of the year. So that is why my first subject that I said I picked was not to come off the self-love plan. So Keri, what's your next subject you have for us?
Yeah, that's such a good point. And especially if you, I like how you say have a self-love plan. So if you have a plan of I'm going to do these things and that they're non-negotiable, you know, if you don't get an hour workout, maybe you just get 5 or 10 minutes. So, you know, I'm doing virtual Zumba classes, right? So if you don't have time to say log in for even for the whole hour or at the time, put on some music, dance around the kitchen, do some stretches, get some deep breaths in, and then that can help focus your mind and then move forward in the day and what needs to be done. And hopefully this year we won't be, you know, I don't know how Christmas is going to go, but hopefully we won't have a house full of people, you know, and cooking food all, you know, that you are able to just concentrate on what do I need to do today? What do I need to make this day special or this week or however it is, and show up and do just what needs to be done. So we're not running around shopping, you know, out in the crowds and traffic and frustration, that we can go into a Christmas pop-up and do our few bits of shopping. They can get sent to you. They can get sent to whoever. And then it's done.
Amazing. Work smarter, not harder. And hi, Jane from Studio Dancewear is popping up there, and Sharon from Your Style, Your Story. Lovely for you to join us and support Christmas pop-up. It's amazing. Keri, one thing you said there about your Zumba classes, I have my own plan when I do Zumba. I love doing Zumba with Keri, but I turn off my video camera because I personally do not feel comfortable dancing, getting sweaty around my living room with, like, I don't want to clean my living room before I go for a Zumba class. So I personally feel more comfortable to turn off the camera, and that's absolutely fine. So whatever you do, you're right. Plan, negotiate. I don't last the whole hour. I cannot keep up with Keri. She's like amazing. I don't last a full hour. So I take my breaks and just touch step and just do a little bit of dancing myself, keep it going and enjoy it. So yeah, it's all about doing it on your terms. And I just want to shout Keri out for her Zumba classes for that, because that is a huge thing. My next subject is to manage your expectations. So Keri has touched on this. Yeah, manage your expectations, no one else's. Okay, that sounds selfish. Let me explain. Sit down and work out your expectations for Christmas. And it's a very personal thing. Think back to Christmases past, what worked for you, what didn't work for you. Think about what you like to do before the cray-cray of Pinterest and Instagram and social medias and others' opinions coming into your screen and affecting what you think you should be doing for Christmas, how you should have your tree. Forget about it. Sit down before it right now. Write your contract what you like before you get influenced on everything else. Yeah. Then when the craziness comes along and you get sucked into it, I get sucked into it. I'm sure Keri does. Everyone gets sucked into it. When that comes along, just go look back over your contract. Smile and nod, because you know the kind of Christmas you want for you and your loved ones.
Yes, you already made a deal. And that comparison, yeah, I do my best to not get on Pinterest, even though there's so many ideas, right? But that, and any kind of social media, like you're going down this rabbit hole, like you said, comparing, and my tree doesn't look like that, or my family doesn't look like that, or I don't look like that. And then you're just like, now I just feel bad, right? Instead of we're doing what we want to do. my husband is great for this. If I think about past Christmases, oh, we always do X, Y, Z, and then that we're not doing that. Why, my husband's like, are you having a good time? Yes, I am. Great. We're doing it, right? It's the same principle that I apply to the Zumba classes. However it works for you, do it. The same could be for Christmas. Take care of yourself, manage your expectations, and then just do that. Don't compare to anybody else. If you don't want to make turkey, have a lasagna, whatever you want to make. Does it make you happy? Super. Is it hurting anybody? No. Super.
I'm going to make a confession now of why I think this is so important as well. Oh, such a terrible mother. Oh no, what am I going to do? My children's pajamas are not matching mine for Christmas, and we need to have the Mummy and Me that I've been looking at on Instagram, that I've been sucked into. This year, not this year, I'm never doing that again. This particular year, I went out and made sure that the kids were all matching, even the boys and girls. And like the boys and girls in my house anyway have different tastes. So we were matching, Daddy was matching, I was matching. They were called Original Legends, and I was an original and my husband was a legend. So this was how tacky I got with it. And the kids hated it. And Christmas morning, they're opening presents and they're kind of like, yeah, don't get pictures of us because we're wearing these terrible clothes. And I ruined it. And why? Because I was sucked into the shop selling me matching pajamas.
And this is what the family needs to look like. I have looked and looked and looked at matching pajamas. I'm like, oh, they're so cute. I'm like, my husband doesn't wear pajamas. My daughter's going to grow out of this by the end of the day. I'm not going to wear that. So I'm like, okay, let it go. Just let it go.
Absolutely. So that is my subject of managing expectations. Sign your contract. Do what you want to do. Look back on your contract. It's in writing. You've signed it. Stick to it. And your Christmas will be the way you want it to be.
The way you want it to be. Yeah, so true. So true. Do we have any other questions? Do we have any questions out there from anybody or tips? Other tips? I love using my essential oils for...
Hey, it's Rachel!
I love to use my essential oils to keep me really grounded and focused too. So when I do feel that craziness, that I can go, okay, what is important? And then focus on that. I use doTERRA essential oils and we can actually use them in our cooking. So I have a few recipes to share.
I'll post those into the comments after this so people will be able to.
Excellent. So this is the time of year that sometimes we might overeat or overindulge or, want to have a drink, but maybe that's not the best.
A drink? Just a drink?
Some drinks, but you want that fun. So I have a recipe too for mocktails. So using sparkling water and the essential oils so you can get some fun flavors and still have some fun things, but that are healthier for your digestion.
That's really good. And it gets the kids involved as well because, they always want to kind of cheers glasses and stuff as well. So it's really good to do that.
It's safe for everybody. Happy choices for everybody.
Very good.
So Rachel, did you get any questions there?
Any questions for us? So should we move on to our next subject?
Yeah.
So the next subject that Keri picked for me because I wonder why, to do with big families. Yay! So anyone that knows me may know that I have 7 children and I have 2 grandchildren and 2 more on the way. So Christmas can get a little bit busy in our house. But again, it's all to do with managing expectations and what we actually enjoy doing. So number 1, we do Chris Kindle. That's it, simply as that. Everyone's getting a present each. Everyone's given a present each. And the younger ones may need a help from mom and dad, but in general, that's the way we do it. That's the way we roll. And it takes the stress away from having to buy 7 presents for everyone, for everyone to do it. And it's normally stuff that people don't want anyway, because you're just buying for the sake of it. So when you're focusing on one present, we find it really good. The other things we do is the 12 days of Christmas smiles. So what this is similar to our Chris Kindle, the person that we've picked out of the hat, for the 12 days before Christmas, at least, minimum, because, in fairness, kids are not going to concentrate much more than that sometimes. We have to collect smiles from the person that we are Chris Kindle from. So that could mean making their bed, leave a little note on their pillow. The rule is it doesn't cost money. So it's little gestures and things that we do. I mean, there's nothing nicer for me to go and do one of my household jobs and it's already done. That gives me a big smile. So there's lots of ways of doing things that aren't putting pressure on people for money. And it feels good to collect smiles, right? It actually builds people up. So that would be one of our other things. Another thing we like to do in our house is to create a movie or music playlist. So that means coming up to Christmas, we can compile it all. And then we know on Christmas Day what we're watching or listening to. Everyone gets their share and everyone's together watching it instead of disappearing on devices to one room or the other. So it kind of keeps us all in the one place. We like to clear extra space. I mean, during lockdown, our houses have become our havens and it's where we live, but they get very busy. And at Christmas, when you add in, I mean, let's face it, my husband, if anyone knows me, we do tend to have about 5 Christmas trees in our house. That's not even counting the runway we have outside for the airplanes to land on. So remember to clear space. Be very aware visually that you're going to need more space if everyone's going to relax and just chill out. Another thing is to accept and ask for help. We often have this thing about being the perfect person and doing it all, and that really is going to take from our self-love cup. So ask and accept for help. That was a huge thing for me for a number of years. I used to think that if I asked for help, it was a weakness. Now I've turned it around and, my cape is made out of favors from other people because I actually collect asking for help. I give a lot. So, it's fine to ask for help as well. And the biggest thing when it comes to families at Christmas, pick your battles. Like, seriously, guys. Some things you just gotta let it go, as the Queen from Frozen says. So they are my tips for dealing with a big family. Now, I believe Keri has some more tips for dealing with families from abroad, because Keri, you may have realized from her accent, and well, I'm not from Ireland either, but
neither am I.
We're all 3 of us. But Keri has family abroad, and that can be quite hard to manage around Christmas time, right, Keri?
Yeah, so fantastic tips. I love that, collecting smiles. That is so fantastic. And like, to go off subject just for a second, the other day I saw you have a jar of like your wins during the week, and like keeping track, because we think, oh, well, we just pulled off Christmas or whatever.
My jar for you.
Yeah. And so Sharon writes them down and puts them into a jar, and then you can look at them. And then
I have money. So when I fill my jar up, I get to spend money on me.
And that fills up your self-love, right? And then you get to read back and see, I did accomplish a lot, because you can feel like, oh, you just made this gorgeous dinner and 5 minutes later it's all gobbled up and it's gone, and now all I have is a bunch of dishes to deal with. Right. So keeping track of that and going, oh yeah, that's I accomplished more than I might be thinking of. It's being grateful, right? It's being in gratitude. So yeah, so I have family abroad. So I grew up in California. My mother is Irish, and so we spent a lot of summers over here in Ireland. And so I've always loved being here. And so a few years ago, my husband and daughter and I decided to move over here. But yeah, the holidays, especially when you're used to doing the same thing every year, which sometimes it's like the same thing every year, but then you kind of miss that. I'm like, I'm not going to my mom's to open presents and to eat dinner and to do this. So especially in COVID, excuse me, in this COVID time, we've been getting together virtually, right? We do, well, as many people want to get on and have a virtual meeting, and we just hang out and check in with each other and what's going on. And that has been a really, really, really great way to stay connected and to stay, because if you just kind of talk, once, twice a year, like on Christmas, it's like, hey, how's your Christmas? Oh, sort of busy, so kind of have to go. Okay, bye. But if we're like checking in every week, then you stay more up to date on what's happening and really stay connected and make those conversations flow a little bit easier. So if you do have family far away and friends, connect with them. I really, really enjoyed doing my virtual Zoom, but I'm dancing with people that I would not have had a chance to dance with you in person, Sharon, or you, Rachel, or my friends in California, my sisters in Nevada. And then I have another friend up in Washington that have joined. And so it's been so, so great that everybody is like, jump on virtual. And it's not the same as being in person and getting to hug and hold hands and whatever. But I get to see you and we get to move together and talk and connect. And, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I think we're lucky we have all that tech out there that we're able to do that really easily as well.
Yeah. And that it is just a click of a button. So, people that are less tech savvy, it's like you should just be able to click on the link and then here we are. So that's been really, really neat.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And I suppose as well, when you think about Christmas, you think about childhood and memories. Personally, I don't. Anyone that read my book that came out last week will know why. So I didn't celebrate Christmas until I was around 16. But I do associate smells with Christmas, the smell of pine, the smell of cinnamon, the smell of... So as you were saying earlier, Keri, with your doterra oils and stuff like that, you can get cooking, you can get smelling, scenting. I have a few Christmas candles in the back going there, and it's just filling the room. I wish we had smell-o-vision because it smells so Christmassy and good. So that's amazing, because all of these relate to families. Like even as far as if you had a certain smell in your house growing up and you meet up with your sisters and brothers, whoever, virtually, and you're burning the same smells, you're kind of coming together, even though it's virtually, aren't you? It's kind of a
so true
in the senses.
So true. If you do want to do something with me, if you pinch your nose right here, that directly into our olfactory system. So that goes straight into your brain and instantly. So when you smell a good smell or a bad smell, that goes straight in there and activates those memories. So if you always had the smell of, chocolate chip cookies going, and that's a good memory, or the smells of Christmas, again, if it's if it's a good memory or a bad memory, sometimes you could smell cinnamon and just go, Christmases were awful and that reminds me of Christmas. But it's also a way to connect to that and then process that. Okay, I understand now why I hate cinnamon, because that was always for Christmas and we had terrible Christmases or whatever it is. So to help flip that script and go, okay, what else can I bring in? Or what new things can I bring in that remind me of Christmas? So with our doTERRA oils, we have a holiday joy blend. We have a holiday peace blend. We have a peace blend. So, and then we have like just cinnamon and clove and wild orange and things that you can bring into, that you can diffuse in your house. And so when you walk in, so I actually have a fake tree. And so I always take my oils and hang it all over the tree, with the little diffusers, and hang them all over the tree and make sure the diffuser's going with Douglas fir and Siberian fir and get all these like tree oils going. So then it's like, oh, it still smells like I have a fresh tree.
Absolutely. Yeah, I did that as well with essential oils. I cut some oranges into slices and I grilled them to kind of dry them out and put some cloves in. And that was great for a day until it lost its scent. So I topped up with essential oils on that. So that is amazing.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to one of the big issues of Christmas? Things that are ruining people's Christmas is body image, right? During lockdown, we may have piled on the pounds, and we are worried that at Christmas time we're going to, not enjoy it. We're going to be wondering, what do we look like? Why do we look like this? I don't want to be in photographs and stuff like that. I'm here to tell you a secret. Brace yourself for this one. You will never have the perfect body image. You will never have it. So stop wasting your life waiting for it. It is not gonna happen. How do I know this? I've been from one extreme end of the scale to the other extreme end of the scale. I have been an award-winning hair and makeup artist for years. I have had on my makeup chairs models that were age 16 with the most fantastic media typeset of a body image, complaining and asking me to fix their nose or do this or do that. You're never ever going to be happy. But what you are going to do is waste a lot of time and a lot of Christmas memories. I've come out of the hair and makeup artist industry now, and I've moved on to obviously giving self-love clubs. I run the self-love club from Islands Got Curves. I run one-to-one membership for self-love and stuff. And it breaks my heart to know how many women in particular have actually spent years not being in photographs with their children. Your children are your children for a certain amount of time. They grow up and it goes very quick. And to not have their memories to look back on because you were worried really about yourself. Your body is not a tragedy. It really is not a tragedy. There are a heap of tragedies going on in the world. Your body is not one of them. So let go, relax, enjoy, take the photographs. You don't have to post them online. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do with it. Face the camera, face your fears, make the memories, and don't let your body ruin Christmas. Seriously, it's not worth it.
Such a good point. Such a good point. And you can, again, flip the script. I don't look like I'm on Insta. I don't look like an Instagram model, or maybe I do. You're comparing yourself again. Feel good in your body, however it is, wherever it is. And if you hate this about you or that about you or whatever, flip it around. My legs have carried me miles, right? This body, this heart beats with love. These arms are for hugging my children or friends. Yeah. You just flip it around. Be grateful for what you do have. And maybe my jeans are tight, or okay, make a different choice next time you eat. Don't have the entire whatever it is. Flip it around.
Absolutely, yeah.
Make a new choice. Feel good in your body, however it works.
Because it's so true. Like, would you really complain about the size of your thighs to somebody that has no legs and is in a wheelchair? I bet they'd swap with you any day, no matter how much cellulite, no matter how much stretch marks, no matter how wobbly they are. They would swap with you in a heartbeat. So appreciate what you have. Thank your body for what it does for you. And, remember that who sells an image anyway? I have girlfriends that might look more like the, norm of what is healthy. Keri would lose and find them in a Zumba class. I swear. You wouldn't see her like keeping up with her for an hour in Zumba. Forget about it. Who defined fit? Who said that fit looks like a toned six-pack? So think about it. And I'm not just saying this empty. I'm saying this by think about your function. I can go for a walk every day. I can go for a walk on Christmas with my kids down the woods, hold their hands. My body's amazing. My body's amazing, right? So yeah, flip it around.
Flip it around. Make it work for you.
Absolutely.
And let go.
Keri, have you any me time tips? We were going to talk about what to do with me time, because we all know you need to recharge yourself. Forget about looking at the Christmas toys, whether they've got batteries. start with your own battery first. So have you any ideas for people that want to start spending a bit of time recharging themselves?
Yeah, I love your idea of making a contract or making a list. Sometimes we haven't even stopped long enough to think, what do I enjoy doing? What do I enjoy doing? I'd like to be out in nature, but I don't want to like hike to the top of a mountain. But if there were friends going, I totally would. Or if there was hot chocolate at the top, I totally would. What do I enjoy doing? I enjoy dancing. I enjoy listening to music. I enjoy playing with my oils, making up new blends, trying new recipes. I love cooking. My daughter made her own birthday cake yesterday, which was a pineapple upside down cake, which is gorgeous. Gorgeous. What things, it doesn't have to be, I go on a month-long retreat and spend, it can be that, but what could you do each day to spend some time? I know a lot of people will get up earlier than everybody else, so you can have that quiet time, or that time to do some journaling is a great way. So start with a list. What are the things? And if you can't come up with anything, that's okay. Think about it again tomorrow. Think about it, let it come to you when you're doing the dishes. Oh, I love doing this. Jot down a few things and then think about, how can I work those things in? Sometimes I don't get out for a walk, but I can step out my front door and I can take 2 minutes and breathe some fresh air. But I love that quiet time in the house. So getting up early, or what I usually end up doing is staying up late. So my husband's like, are you coming to bed? I'm like, just give me just a few minutes to just sort of, what needs to happen tomorrow? Okay, what happened today? What needs to get done to make sure I don't forget anything? So just taking those few minutes, scheduling them in wherever, and maybe you are not multitasking as much as we think that, again, we're shoulding on ourselves, right? As much as you should. When I'm washing the dishes, I'm washing the dishes. That's it. My mind is like, thoughts can come in and out and whatever. And that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, and it's absolutely true. Me time with my one-to-one sessions, sometimes when we talk about me time, I have to look with a person about what do they like to do, because they've actually lost themselves in being such and such business owner, such mom, such wife, or such husband, whatever the case may be. They've lost their name. I mean, I have names saved to my phone as so-and-so's mom. I don't even have the woman's name, right? We lose our identity. So what do we like? Well, if we've lost our identity, how can we spend time with ourselves, right? Because what will we do? So one of the exercises that I do is, it starts off as a bit of a fun. I send them off on a link to a quiz, a bit like you would have done in school, of which career is for you. But this is actually what hobbies and interests are for you. And they go off and do the quiz and they come back. Now, the quiz isn't associated to me. It's just kind of a for fun quiz. But sometimes they'll come back and go, that got me in a nutshell. That's exactly what I love doing, and I've missed that. And sometimes they'll come back and go, they got me completely wrong. I don't like doing this. I like doing, and I'm like, really? Okay, bingo. We found it. And it won't be the same for everyone. So don't compare what you like to do to other people, because you're looking in the wrong direction. But yeah, me time. Oh my God, to recharge. An example would be when I haven't had me time, and you have to prioritize me time. You have to make it a priority. You prioritize everyone else. A lot of people, if they were asked to go run a message for someone for half an hour, they'd be like, yeah, no problem. But if you ask them to spend half an hour with themselves, for themselves, no, they haven't got the time. So have a think about it. Make yourself a priority. Look at what you like to do. Refill that cup. You can give, you can be. Everyone's like, Sharon D, why are you so positive? You're so inspirational. It's because I take care of myself. I spend time with myself. I also take care of other people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not selfish. I am looking after myself and everyone else.
Yeah. Like you said, you're not neglecting your responsibilities or, you're not, oh, I'm off to the spa every day. It's take these moments, like you said, I'll run off and I'll go pick something up for somebody, 30 minutes, whatever. I wouldn't even know. I can push everything I have going on to go do that for you. So you make you one of those people that it's non-negotiable. I'm going to take care of myself because that will recharge you.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember interviewing a guest. Another thing I do, I have a show called On the Plus Side on a Wednesday evening. And I remember interviewing a guest who had a timetabled marriage. So her marriage was, when I heard it at first, I thought, what? So basically they have their own evenings. Like evenings, I mean like 3 evenings each to themselves a week. And 1 evening together. They have every 3rd weekend to themselves to do whatever they want. Go away, do what you want for the weekend. And the other one takes care of home and child. And then on the time off together, they do it together. And when I first heard this, even me with my self-love, I was like, what? I can't believe this. But then the more I thought about it, it's like, yeah, now that wouldn't be for me that much, but definitely you can schedule in a few hours for yourself a week. Definitely give it back to your partner or whoever as well. Make sure they have their time as well and encourage them to fill up their cup as well, and the whole household dynamic will change. Absolutely change.
So true. What's the key there? It's communication. What do you need? What does your partner need? What does your family need? Let's work it out. Just like a job, or for your business, work those things out. I love just sort of hearing about her and like a whole weekend to yourself. Wow. But if I said to my husband, I need to go, off for the day without any responsibility, he would say, okay, see you when you get back. You communicate. And that has helped in our house, especially during this COVID time when we are here together 24 hours a day, that it's like, could you two go for a walk? Just let me clean the kitchen by myself. Without anybody
stay clean for a while.
Without anybody coming in and eating
that's it. We get it so much. We get it so much. And the key thing to that is as well, ask for what you want. Ask for your needs to be met. A lot of us don't ask. So that's a huge thing. I'm going to now talk about, if that's okay, Keri, the 12 days of you, or the Advent calendar. Normally we associate Advent calendars with chocolates, right?
Yeah.
How about if we swap that up and have an Advent calendar full of promises and self-care? Wouldn't that be absolutely amazing? So I've titled this, On the First Day of Christmas, My Self-Love Gave to Me a Knowing I'm Free to Be Me. And what I've actually done is I have my Advent calendar here, right? So this is one that has little pockets in. And I'm sure some of the crafters on the pop-up market might have something like this. So if I start at day 1, I get to take out my piece of paper. This says, others' Christmases are not yours. Remember your expectations. So just before we kick off on the 1st of January, I have that reminder in there for me. On the 2nd, and I'm only going to go up to 4, don't worry. On the 2nd, it's going to have share a thought for others' tragedies and be thankful for what you have. So just when you're in that moment of thinking, oh, is my turkey enough weight to pounds? Have I got this? Do you know, it's going to come and go. It's not a tragedy, okay? Let yourself off the hook. My 3rd thing here, I said, my happiness presents the best gift that I can give. And Keri touched on that earlier, saying people want you present, but people don't really want you not being the best you can be, because that's kind of selfish. So make sure you have your self-love cup full and you can give happiness. The next one I have here is forget toy batteries. Check my levels. Do I need to recharge? Check me time. So I'm going to continue to fill this up till right up till I think it's 24, right up to Christmas Day, and then some really. But that's just going to remind me each day, a real nice visual, something tactile. So I actually have a free gift for you today. I'm not going to give you my actual thing like this, but what I will do is give you a little worksheet that you can make your contract to manage your expectations, and I'm going to give you 25 suggested rewards that you can reward yourself with every day during Christmas from the 1st of December to the 25th. So to get that, just go to www.islands.curves.com. There is a sign there for newsletter sign up form. Scroll that down, put in the comments Christmas gift, and I'll get that straight out to you.
Oh, that's fantastic, Sharon. That's such a nice gift.
It's a reminder, as I said, we need self-love every day. We need to remind ourselves every day. And I think that's why people join the self-love club at Islands Got Curves, because every day there's a post going in. It's not rocket science, I'll be honest with you. But every day you're getting a reminder to think, be more mindful of yourself. That's why I kept it. It's $4.99 a month if anyone wants to join, but that's why I kept it so low, just so that people could really just benefit and just get that little top up of their cups each day.
So good, so good. And when we're not like you and I have been doing some self-care, self-love for a while and working on ourselves, but sometimes we get going and have been taking care of everybody else, and like I said, you don't even know. And so getting those daily reminders of, and it might feel silly, like appreciate what you have. Of course I appreciate what I have, but take a minute and appreciate, really, really appreciate everything that you have, and notice the shift that starts to happen each day as you appreciate more and more and more, and add those moments of time to replenish and to fill up that cup and to take care of yourself. Notice, oh, my communication isn't as hard at home, but I've been focusing on how hard, it's so hard to communicate because we're on top of each other. I communicate easily. I've applied oils actually before our talk today that are good for communication and confident speech. And that flips it around. I don't get as frustrated as easily. I can communicate more smoothly because I have appreciated those things about me. Right?
And that's a huge thing, because you see that. You could see me, I don't want to rub communication oil on me because we'll be here till Wednesday, right? But you could see that that's something in you that is an imperfection, but it's about managing your imperfections really well, putting in a plan, taking care of business. Don't sit there whining about your imperfections. Grab a hold of it, face them. You know, if you're scared of things, face your fears. If things scare you, they're going to move you along in life so much more. We're here on a journey. We're not here just for today. We have a purpose. As you would have heard me, if you've heard one of my speeches before, one of my favorite, well, one of them, I have a few. One of my favorite things to say is that the reason you are here is because 3 trillion to 1 is the odds of you being here, of your genes to have survived disasters, dinosaurs, cavemen, whatever the system is. Your parents meeting, their parents meeting, their parents meeting. You're 3 trillion to 1 to be here. So you are absolutely awesome. You have a purpose. You have a reason for being here. To fulfill it, live it to the best, and don't let yourself hold you back. So I love that Keri came on today and she wasn't feeling it, and she put these oils on, and well done. Well done, you.
That is a beautiful note, I think, to end on.
Absolutely. And look at that. 44 minutes, 29 seconds.
Well, thank you both. That was great.
Thank you so much, Rachel. And you have some links to share.
Yes. So I'm going to pop all the links in the comments. So when people are catching up on this, they have all the info there. So thank you so much for your time today. Lovely to chat to you.
Lovely. Thanks so much, guys. And if you are tuning in on replay, #replay so that we know to come back to you. Excellent. Happy